it's strictly based off of that, obviously no. I mean, no, I can't even imagine that being somebody's preference, because if you just wanted your clitoris tickled, you could be a lesbian for all that. No,
right.
I mean it respectfully. Honestly, I don't mean it playing them.
She's pushing it into the.
But if you love him, if you love that nigga, that size don't mean shit. You gonna act like that's Mandingo because it makes him feel good.
This is true.
Women will absolutely. I don't understand it, but
me
I've heard it.
I don't get it either. Me neither. I ain't marrying you, bro.
And then and like
I
spade
gotta stand before God, and I got to stand before God and say I'm lying. Like, look, Lord.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
I mean, no. If this nigga, wait, producer.
Not
The
the
nigga
dumb.
don't millions and millions. He got the world for you.
Oh wait, the
Dubai
millions?
all the time. Yeah, Dubai.
We gonna buy him that medicine.
With the millions.
We
I
gonna
guess,
buy that
right?
rose, and
Because then he could buy a strap on.
it doesn't depend on how important it is.
Then he
for you
could
to
buy
come.
a strap on.
It doesn't depend on how important it is for you to come in your relationship.
A strap
yeah.
on to make you come.
No.
The
A
rose.
strap on will not make me come. I've been with women, and that's one part I can't get to. Bitch, you will not put that shit near me if you want to. I can't do it. I cannot
I thought
do
a
it.
strap on would feel like a dildo. That's all.
I think it's something about.
No, when I had the strap on and I was using it on her, it made me come, right? But when they were using it on me, I was
So can I ask you a question? All right, question. That's my issue. All right, but real question, because I've always wondered about the strap on. What is the clitoral stimulating? Like, is it the harness?
Again, that reminds
the
me of
dick
like
goes
a
into,
big
you know, like
dick.
the harness you have to wear to keep the dick up. Is that friction, that rubbing, what causes the orgasm?
Just the whole moment.
Okay. Because I've seen pornos where I'm seeing the girl with the dildo come, and I'm like, that bitch didn't even come yet. How you came? You know, I didn't understand that.
Because the dildo is on her shit.
So that's why I was like, is it
I
the
guess that
friction,
makes
the
her
rubbing?
come.
Have like something for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so this
Curious.
next topic is, when a woman is giving the wrong guy marriage vibes.
Oh my God.
And then she meets the right guy and she's either burnt out from giving the wrong guy marriage vibes. Okay, so I just have one thing to say about this. Anytime you're dealing with a man in marriage, if a man is not ready, leave it alone.
Yo, when a man shows you who he is the first time, believe him.
One, he's going to go more against the grain because he feels like you're pushing him you turning him into a bitch and something that he really don't want to do. And if you got to be trying to convince a nigga and all that shit, he doesn't really like you.
Yeah, no,
or really
that's,
doesn't want to marry you.
Yeah, to
give
me,
up.
that is an absolute issue. You have to drop hints that you want to be married. You have to give constant
How you can get a nigga to marry you more is by, and not saying playing a game, but it's just mental things with men, meaning dealing with traditional men, because men who are like, I'm a man, which, you want those real I'm a man type dudes or whatever, but when you start giving them too much demands and all, that pushes them against the grain and make them go the opposite way. So if you really want to play a trick on a dude who is doing the world for you, this nigga, you love this nigga, but it's just the one thing is the marriage shit kind of tickets him off, go opposite on him. Make him feel where you ain't thinking about his ass and you doing the other thing, and
because it's gonna make him. It's gonna make him want you more. Yeah,
he's gonna want you more.
Because
and
he's gonna think that's the only way to keep you.
Yeah.
Because to be real, when my husband first asked me to marry him, because of our history, because he and I were together at 2 separate times. Probably, I disappeared for 5 years, and when he found me that first week that he found me again, we hung out. That one time we got to hang out, boom, he asked me to marry him. I was so flabbergasted that nigga asked me that. I was like, no.
That's a fucking movie.
But it was by shock. It wasn't even because the answer's no for real. It was absolute shock.
Mad romantic.
But that was a Friday, and then
That's
Monday.
your husband right now?
Yeah, we make 7 years next month.
That is so romantic. Wait, what? That's a movie, girl.
That shit was a horror story until
no,
2 years
that's
ago.
fucking romantic. That's a Christmas movie. The fuck? I love Christmas movies.
I said no that Friday, but that Monday I was like, yo, you still feel how you felt on Friday? Only because I started thinking, damn, I'm quick to go in and out. If I'm with somebody else, I'll think of him. So I figure, okay, if I'm gonna go through the bullshit, because marriage is considered with
Christmas
sweat
movie. Oh,
and everything, like, all right, I will sweat it out in this.
Relationship
you
is
shared that. That
simple,
is
but
so beautiful,
Thank
girl.
you.
Congratulations, marrying your best friend. Shout out to him because he's like, all right, I'm done playing around. 5 years is enough for me. I miss my girl. Come here, baby.
That's not what. So let me
Lock
say
you in.
misconception. I honestly feel like, so this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I feel like after that, once I went outside, I felt like niggas was thinking, damn, I gotta propose to her to keep her. Cause I was proposed to 4 different times, and I was thinking, what the fuck? You don't even mean that shit. You don't even. What do you even mean? No, what the fuck? So with him though, I felt more of the deeper meanings behind it. It's because of the bullshit that we already had going on, like with him and his baby moms at the time, or whatever the case may be. She was bitter. She's still bitter, but.
Ouch.
Like
my story is crazy.
I just knew like he does not talk like that. That's not a man to talk. We've spoken about babies before we ever. I've never spoke marriage to him at the time, but I was married when he and I first dealt. But me and my husband was separated. So when he brought marriage up, I was like, damn. I had to think about it over the weekend. That's why I said it happened Friday, but I said yes Monday because I was like, damn. That nigga have to mean that because
That was a side of him that he's never. Yeah.
So, you know, and I love that I'm happy that I did all the talking to myself, ignored, and even stayed away from some family members, friends, whoever was kind of like, oh, nay, that nigga, nah,
You gotta stay away from
wrong.
a lot of people sometimes when you're trying to get in your mode. Cause
yeah,
people
they
don't
wasn't wrong though at the
understand.
time. At the time, they were not wrong. It was totally understood. I was kicking myself. I felt stupid at the time.
Yeah, but still, no one's gonna know how you feel with that person, how that person makes you feel.
Most relationships, you gotta
That's
mind
how
your
it
business because
Yeah.
when a person
Facts.
All
may
of
going
them,
through,
for real.
Big facts.
Because everyone has their own relationship with their certain person. Period. I have my own relationship with you. I have my own relationship with you. Like that, everyone's relationship is different. That's it. Like you can't not tell me. I mean, we could. Talk about it if you could tell your opinion, but you can't tell me how to feel about this person because that person makes me feel is how that person makes me feel. They don't make you feel like that.
Right, and they're hitting your preferences.
Because they don't fuck with you like that. They fuck with me like that, period.
Yeah.
And that's just how life is. Everyone have their own relationship with everybody.
Right.
yeah,
And
my-
I was such
so
an asshole,
happy
honestly,
to
my
that.
first
I'm
marriage.
an asshole too. I be cursing all these niggas I ready to fight. I be smacking
Yo, my
these
first marriage, I
niggas.
was a
Sometimes they
dick.
smack me back. They lucky I don't call the cops.
the mini Krishan.
No.
No, we ain't gonna take
a joke.
Rashawn's level away at all. Baby, you on your own level. That's you.
I would change my number and move to California. You'll never hear from me if you hit me like that.
How you look, bitch, you hit me
I
first.
hit you. How you hit me?
You eat that. She toxic.
Toxic.
I'm not toxic.
Well,
No, because sometimes somebody will bring you to that level, and you should never ever put hands on people that you love. Don't ever do that. I never condone violence, especially with people that you love. People on the street
it's
that play
sad
with
that
you.
it's a lot of relationships
Okay,
like that
fine.
now, but
But
it's crazy.
yeah,
But ladies, don't sweat over what is not yours. And when I say that, I mean if he is not your husband, he is not yours. Now you could say, "Oh, but a husband playing, he could be community dick too, or whatever." But legally, paperwork, documentation,
And that's a
that is
serious
yours.
thing.
That's
Community
you.
dick.
That is a serious
Bitches
thing.
be loving community dick. They be wanting.
For those that don't know,
community dick.
that's shared dick within that
Spending your
neighborhood.
time in a relationship with someone that you know is not going to give you a marriage.
That's on you.
Giving them marriage vibe.
Yep.
Giving them marriage and
That's on
Again,
you.
life is simple. Relationships are simple. Women
Period.
don't sell
Slow.
yourself short because
Know your worth.
that's to balance out.
It is what it is.
Don't expect more from the next that you can't even do for yourself. That's not realistic. That's not gonna get you what you want. If you get it, it's gonna be temporary as fuck because you don't even know how to obtain these things yourself. So you're relying on this other person to make that happen for you. That's not gonna work either.
And some women are hard headed. They need that little bit of whatever love it is, even if it's disrespectful love.
Very true.
They key onto it.
So
But
sad.
Like, boom, I remember an interview with Sexy Red when they asked her, what's the most romantic thing a nigga ever did for you? And she was like, oh, that nigga robbed somebody for my Valentine's Day gift or something like that. Something to that extent. So it's like, granted, I can have all the judgment in the world based off of what my experience has been with the most romantic thing. But if that's all she knows, then okay, I'm not surprised that that's her answer, of course. But that's what I mean when I say, know your worth. I bet you a nigga can't get her attention like that now. That ain't the case.
That's all you know, but come on, girl. I know you've seen better. You should want
better.
better.
We talking about Sexy Red. Like, she is...
I'm almost 100%. 100%.
And that's it.
She should have never said that.
How do you become above the women who are products of their environment? That's what they're looking for, but that's really not what they want. See, a lot of times men see stuff and they want it, but when they get it, they don't really know how to handle it.
A very big thing.
That's the story of my life.
I was getting ready to say.
But if you know I swear, I feel like if you know your worth, you really you push out those boundaries that are you know
your worth, but you really, I mean, in the dating game as the woman and dealing with men, you have to really balance yourself and give yourself time. Like, you can have a sex drive, you want to jump into bed with niggas and all that, like, treat it like and understand that. But if you're looking for deep, the chase is always better for them. You really let them chase you for fucking ever. So you can really balance, like, if this nigga is really worth it at the end of the day, too.
Because you'll definitely get to
mean, that's if you're a really picky bitch.
No, but you'll get to knowing whether if it's just for pussy or if they, if it's just for play or they really trying to do something.
So you got to really play a game with these niggas that's out there. Like, not saying a game, not even a game, but a game of your heart of really stretching it. Because they will stretch it just to get what they want. It's the name of the... Some men have appetites.
Boom.
So let me finish.
Okay, go ahead. You're right.
Some men have appetites where they're married. They give their wife, their children, the world. But they might want their Chinese and chicken a little bit sometimes, and then they go back to their lobster. That's men with appetites. And then you have the men that don't have appetites that are just whatever. But when you're dating, if you're at that time of just dating and you have that time to really date, get a nigga, let the nigga chase. You really chase it. Where if you don't have the time and you just one of them chicks that living life, traveling, and then you just dealing with niggas and dating, you outside, who the fuck cares? But if you really want to know if a nigga, a certain stature of a type nigga, let me repeat that, a certain type of stature of a type of nigga. Because all these, and not to say, but all men are men, not to belittle any men because of whatever level you're at and you're working hard and you're dealing with your woman. But men of certain statures, the chase is better if you really want to know. Unless you on that real fast game one.
Fast track type of shit, yeah. And then
you don't mind the downfall.
It's a little different now too. I feel like the numbers are increased as far as guys that feel like their best way of stability is through a woman, like the woman with her kid in the shelter. Because a man in a single shelter, a single man's shelter, he'll be in there for God knows how long versus how long that mom and her kid may be in there, of course. So I feel like sometimes, like, I think the guys got lazy, and that's just kind of what they fall into because this is the best way for them to get out, the easiest way for them to get out,
Men are lazy. Men are lazy. Men are lazy. In so many different ways. You got a man that can do it, but they'll be lazy in another nature. Yeah. So there's so many levels.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
And you definitely got to get to understanding you're never going to get your 100% guy.
Yeah.
Whatever makes up your 100% perfect guy, you ain't going to get that.
Never.
No. Because you ain't his 100% girl. Know that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I told my husband the other day, I don't know, like, no, you stuck with this bitch, right? Yeah, sorry.
I know, I'm always all the time. I'm your dream girl. Am I still your dream girl?
Yeah. What did she say? She said, Daddy, am I your baby? What's that girl, Mariah? She said, Daddy. She's funny as fuck. They violated her though with that fucking exposing their conversation. That's not nice.
That's a bit wow.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Mariah the scientist.
Okay, we'll have to look into this.
Yeah, and Young Thug, the little conversation. She said, Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, I think this is
so cute.
our episode
It's a
for
wrap?
St. Valentine's.
I love you guys. I definitely want to come back. You guys are awesome.
Yes, come back.
you.
Come visit
Yes.
us.
So much fun. The conversation was great.
Talking shit with
Phenomenal. We love
Yeah.
having you. Thank you so much for coming.
You.
It was awesome, friend.
Yes.
Y'all know, catch us on podcasts all the time. This is what we do. This is what we love. This is what we exude. Push Fashion Inc. all the time. Kenny
Push
Queen.
Fashion Inc.
Are you
Thank you so
busybody
much for having
today?
me, guys.